Hello, hello, good evening everybody. I'm Danny Tippett with LimeLight by Alcone, and today I wanted to show you something a little bit different. I want to show you the power of our foundation and how amazing it is, but I also wanted to compare it to a really awesome high-end brand of foundation as well. So I have our LimeLight by Alcone foundation, but I also have this Dior Airflash foundation, and this is actually the foundation that I wore for my wedding day. I was one of those brides who, I'm like such a control freak, did not want anybody else doing my makeup. I had heard great things about airbrush, but I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted it to be the way that I like my makeup. And you know, sometimes when somebody else does your makeup, it's like, it's different than you want. And sometimes you can't describe exactly how you want your makeup to be done. So I was like, you know what? Just let's settle my nerves and I'm gonna do my makeup myself. So I went to Nordstrom and I went to the makeup counter and was like, what can you get me? That's amazing. I'll spend as much money as I need to. I need some amazing foundation. I really like airbrush, but I'm doing it myself. So what can I get? And this is what they recommended me. So this is the Airflash Dior foundation. This is $62. $62 for this, okay? And then you have to buy the primer with it. Which it's just Airflash CC primer, and it's like in the same kind of container. And listen, it's like spray paint and it smells like spray paint too. But anyway, so this is like to give you an airbrush look if you don't want to like pay for somebody to do the airbrush makeup on you, or you don't want to like buy that machine or whatever. Then this is the LimeLight by Alcone foundation, okay? It's a wax-based foundation. It comes in this little container here, and it's in like this compact type thing, okay? So I'm gonna compare both of these. I'm gonna do half of my face with the Dior Airflash foundation, and then I'm gonna do half of my face with the LimeLight by Alcone Botanical Foundation. So anyway, guys, if you're watching live, say hello, give me some hearts. If you would like to, you can go ahead and click the button in the bottom that says share. You can share it with the world. You can actually invite your friends if you're watching live. This is public, so anybody can see it. If you are watching the replay, comment below a replay. I love to see who's watching, who's tuning in. So another disclaimer, guys. I have not tried this before. Like I've tried the Airflash Dior foundation. Like I said, I wore it on my wedding day and did it myself. And then obviously I've tried the LimeLight foundation, but I haven't tried them side by side. So I haven't used this since the wedding, I don't think. So that was 7 months ago. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't even. Yeah, I don't think I've used this since the wedding, so 7 months. So I have no idea how this is gonna look because I don't even remember. Okay, so I'm gonna start out first with the LimeLight. I'm already like messing up my words, guys. I'm gonna start first with the Dior Airflash foundation. So you have to start with the primer, and the lady at the counter taught me like the way that she thinks she should do it. So I'm just gonna do it the way that she taught me. Also, this color is probably a little dark for me right now because my wedding was in August and I was a little tanner. So just ignore if the color is off. But I really want you guys to see the finish of it. I want you to see the coverage of it. I want you to see how it applies and everything like that. So this is $62 and this is $40. What did David say? David looked up for me before we came on. I think he said 40 something. Okay, so 40 something for the primer and then 62 for the foundation. So together, I remember like with tax and everything, it was $112, okay? $112 for these things, which for my wedding day, I was like, whatever, I don't even care, you know? Like you just kind of buy whatever for your wedding day. Okay, so I'm gonna apply it the way that she taught me, and I'm gonna have to do half of my face with the Dior and half with LimeLight. So this is kind of tricky because I don't normally only do half of my face. So with the primer, she just sprayed it right onto my face. So I'm gonna show you. Now you shake it up. See, sounds like spray paint, right? Because I think it basically is. And just watch. really good, but don't inhale it. Oh my gosh, I feel like chemicals. Holy moly. It actually smells really good though. The primer smells good. Maybe it was the foundation that smelled weird. Okay, let me make sure I got it all on there because I got distracted when I inhaled it. Woo! Okay. Hey, Jen. Okay. Whew. I'm just trying not to die over here. Whew. Okay. Then she used like a brush like this. That's kind of like a buffer brush, but it was a wide buffer brush. I have the LimeLight buffer brush, but I don't want to use that one because it's really small. And she used like a fluffier one. I'm trying to do like as close as to what the lady taught me as possible. And this is what I used on my wedding day too, to apply it. So I'm just going to do the same thing. Hey, Amanda. Hey guys, thanks for hopping on. You guys can feel free to share this or invite your friends. We're gonna have a party tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna obviously do this half with the Dior Airflash foundation. Okay, you ready? So, what she taught me is first we're gonna spray this onto the brush. I'm not gonna spray it directly onto my face, okay? I'm gonna spray it right onto the brush, and then I'm gonna apply it to my face. As you can see, both sides of my face have blemishes and different things to cover up. So, I'm gonna spray it onto this brush. See? And don't let it dry. Yeah, ooh, this smells like spray paint. Oh, gosh. Okay, the primer honestly smells so good, but the foundation seriously smells like spray paint, like legit. Okay, and look, like I'm not going to use more than is necessary, but I feel like that didn't cover anything, right? I really don't think that covered anything, so I'm gonna add some more, okay? See, it's off my brush. I don't have any more on there. Okay. There we go. There we go. That was more. Here we go. Kind of. Okay. I used this for my rehearsal dinner, and then I also used it for my wedding day, like I was saying. And this is how I applied it. Okay. Now, cutting my face in half is going to be the most difficult part of this, just saying. Okay, guys, still see lots of blemishes. Now, remember, the color's kind of off. It's kind of more yellow than I am now because I was a lot tanner for my wedding. But just ignore that. Look, it doesn't even, like, this has foundation on it. Ooh. And, do you see that? The foundation is like oily. It feels oily. Like it feels like I'm sweating or something. Like my face feels wet. I think it needs to dry. Maybe that's what it is. It doesn't say on here, but I think it might need to dry. Hey, Rosa. Okay, spray some more. Let me try to cover that up. There we go. Oh my gosh, it smells like spray paint. I'm trying not to choke. Okay. Do you see this, guys? How much foundation have I used already? Oh my gosh, it's like in my throat. I should have gotten some water. I don't have any water. It's okay. It's okay. I'm really, really trying, guys. How does that look? What you think? Tell me your thoughts, guys. I'm trying to, okay, so here's another tip she taught me. Hey, Dawn, here's another thing she taught me, the makeup lady, counter lady. She said if you need like spots that really need a lot of coverage, then spray it directly onto your face. Okay, so I'm going to spray it right here and try not to get my eyeball. This seriously smells like spray paint. I don't know how many times I have to say that. I probably don't need to say it that many times, but yeah, chemicals, yuck. Okay, you ready? I'm going to spray it right there to try to cover that. Whew. Hold on, isn't it blotchy? Oh my gosh, okay, I've got to breathe. Oh, goodness. Okay, I got my eyebrow too, so that's cool. We're just going to ignore that, but even still, guys, look, it's like a big yellow spot, and it didn't even cover that. I sprayed this directly on there. What? What? Okay, here. Let me try. See, like over here, it's still like red. Oh my gosh. I look green. Buff it in. And she said you have to buff it in before it dries. Holy smokes is right, guys. I honestly thought, you know, this might be hard to tell the difference between LimeLight and the Dior Airflash, because I remember it being, I thought it was amazing coverage because my foundation before that, I mean, I've never experienced foundation like LimeLight. So I thought it was great because, I mean, compared to, guys, look at like, it seriously, like, you can tell I have makeup on, but it's just because of the color. Like, there is not a lot of coverage over here. I mean, there's some. I just look yellow, right? I look back at my wedding pictures, and here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. Hey, Paige, here's the deal. For my wedding, I used this. So I used the primer, then I used the foundation, then I used this Bobbi Brown concealer, which I have to say, it's pretty good. It's just kind of oily and greasy. So you have to set it, like, a lot. So I had to set it with a pigmented powder because, as you can see, this isn't, like, I'm still pink right here. Yes, I have a green tint, Dawn. Isn't that weird? And my light, too. So I had to use a pigmented powder to cover up the redness that was still there. And then I used a setting powder so that it wouldn't look greasy. And then at that point, it just looked like cakey. It looked cakey, guys. Like, that's not what you want for your wedding day. Now, I don't think I looked, like, ugly for my wedding day or anything. Like, in pictures, I guess it looks a little bit different. But that is not a cute look. It's really not. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me do the LimeLight. Okay, so, but you see that, guys? That didn't honestly do much at all. Or, did I say LimeLight? This is the Dior Airflash on this side. Dior Airflash foundation, $62 for just the foundation, and then 40-something for the primer. So it was $112 for these two that gave that coverage after I applied it. Like, I don't know, you can count. I can't breathe either because I just inhaled that. So I have a really hard time over here. All right, let's do the LimeLight. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same exact thing I just did for this side of my face. So I'm only gonna use primer and foundation. I'm not gonna use any concealer. I'm not gonna use any, like, powder or anything. I want you to see just the foundation finish. So I don't know if you can tell, but it feels greasy on my face. It doesn't look too greasy, though, I have to say. It doesn't look too greasy. Okay, let me breathe. I seriously, it's like in my throat. It's not a good feeling. Okay, now, I smell like spray paint, too. My husband's gonna be like, go take a shower, you stink. Okay, you ready? So this is our first base makeup primer. This is the LimeLight primer, and it is actually a vitamin-based, water-based primer. So just like the Dior, it's a spray, but it's not in this can like a spray paint. This is a mist, and it contains vitamin B, like a really great vitamin for your skin. It's super nourishing, and it helps your skin over time. It helps treat your skin over time. So it helps your skin reduce redness over time and also reduce the size of your pores. Oh my gosh. Every time I say something, it, like, goes into my mouth. Gross. Okay, so I just shake that up a little bit, and I'm just gonna mist a few squirts onto this side of my face only, remember? So this side has the Dior, this side is gonna have the LimeLight. So let's do this. Sorry, my eye's already done, but whatever. I'm only doing two squirts. I normally do like 4 for my whole face, so I'm just doing 2. And this doesn't smell like anything. This shirt, girl, whew, I think I got it from, like, Kohl's, like, 6 years ago. So you probably won't be finding it, but thank you. Okay, so I just let that set into my face. It doesn't sting, it doesn't burn, it doesn't smell bad. So already, way better than this $40-something primer. Woo! Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do, sure, Bailey, of course, is use our Blenderful sponge. So Like I said, this was the brush that I used to apply the Dior foundation, just because that's what I was taught to use it with, or to apply it with. But for the LimeLight foundation, my favorite way to apply it is with this Blenderful sponge. It comes in this cute little holder, so that when you put it away, if it's damp, it won't get any like bacteria or any icky stuff on any of your other makeup. Okay, so I just take it out of here, and yes, I did get mascara on it, and that's not going to come off, unfortunately. But the most important part is that it has this flat side, and this flat side is going to help me to apply my foundation, because I'm going to use the flat side to apply it. Okay, so here's the wax-based foundation, the LimeLight Botanical Foundation, and I had it between my legs to warm it up, but it doesn't look super shiny like it's warm. So all I'm going to do is lightly put my finger over top of it just to warm it up slightly, okay? Just like this. I'm not really pressing down, I'm just warming it up. See how it's kind of shiny? Can you see that now? So that means that it's nice and warm. I'm just going to take whatever was on my finger and just swipe it on my face so I don't waste that. And then I'm going to dip the Blenderful into the foundation and just twist, okay? It's covering the bottom of the sponge, and here we go. Now, the LimeLight foundation is a wax-based foundation, so it's non-comedogenic. That means it's not going to sink down into your pores. Okay, so it's great for all skin types because it's not going to sink down into your pores and irritate your skin. If you have oily skin, if you have dry skin, if you have mature skin, whatever type of skin you have, it's not going to irritate it at all. Okay? It's also 50% pigmented. Hello, Amanda. Thanks for hopping on, girl. It's also 50% pigmented. So, you don't need that much. Now, like I said, I'm not going to use any concealer because I didn't use any concealer on this side, which is the Dior side. Now, guys, if you didn't see this part of the video, you're going to need to watch the replay because I used so much foundation on this side of my face, like so much, and you can still see all of my blemishes, like every single one of them, right? Even like this guy, I sprayed it right on it, and it didn't even cover. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because I'm not using concealer, for these blemishes down here that I would normally use a concealer for some extra coverage, I am just going to use the foundation and just dip my finger in there and apply it right to the blemishes. Okay, and this just kind of spot treats it, so that proves that you do not need a concealer in order to cover. Right, girlfriend? I honestly, Whitney, thought it was gonna look the same too, but I cannot even believe this, right? Cannot even believe this. Like, seriously. So it's 50% pigmented. I don't know how much pigmentation the Dior foundation has in it, but most foundations are only 10 to 23% pigmented depending on the brand. So 50% pigmented is over double of what most foundations have. Isn't that insane? That's insane. And like I said, it's oil-free, so it doesn't have all those icky fillers. It's non-comedogenic, so it's not going to sink down into your pores. It's not going to cause irritation. Guys, like seriously. Gross. Okay. Let me add a tiny bit more right there on my cheek. And all I'm going to do, just pat it in there a little bit. Like, it's seriously. And the other thing is, this side of my face, this LimeLight side, honestly, feels like I have nothing on it. This side feels super greasy and like wet. And I remember telling the lady at the counter, I was like, it feels really greasy, like it feels wet. And she was like, oh, it just needs to dry. And it really didn't dry. Like, I mean, maybe it dried, but it still felt greasy. So on my wedding day, I'm telling you guys, I used the primer, the foundation, then I used this Bobbi Brown concealer. Then I used a pigmented powder. Then I used a setting powder. And by that point, my whole face was like cakey and gross looking. That's not cool. I know. So that's the thing, Whitney, is like, isn't it crazy? It seriously looks like my skin on this side, just like flawless skin. And it's not cakey at all, but it's a full coverage, full flawless coverage with just the primer and foundation. This side, it's like you can tell I have makeup on and it's still not covered all the way. Isn't that crazy? I can't even. LimeLight, not LimeLight, Dior. Like, seriously. And I'm sorry I'm breathing so heavily because I think that's so super annoying when people breathe really heavily on live videos. I don't know, I'm crazy. But seriously, this is like in my lungs, like legit in my lungs. I can't breathe, right, Courtney? Like, this is insane. And I paid $112 for these two. $112. LimeLight girls, tell me how much our primer is because I forget. Is it $32? I think it's $32. Our foundation is $36, okay? So $36 for the foundation, whereas this foundation is $62. $62.36. Ha, that's funny. $62.36, okay? Thank you, Amanda. Yes, the primer is $32. This primer is 40 something. Isn't that crazy? Thank you, Courtney. It's incredible. Like, it is incredible, and this is just the foundation. And did you see how small of an amount of the LimeLight foundation I put on? It's insane. It is insane. Thank you, Whitney. It is crazy. Isn't that crazy? I put the tiniest amount. I just twisted my blender full, and yes, my blender full is damp. Twisted my blender full in there. I think, hey, Wendy, and I just patted on my face, and look at that. And then this side is the Dior Airflash. Guys, I wish I had known about LimeLight foundation before my wedding day because I would 100% wear the LimeLight. Isn't that beautiful? Like, it's such a beautiful, flawless coverage. And this is just like grease attack, oily. And my wedding was in August and we were outside a lot for pictures. And I felt like I was just sweating it off. I had to do touch-ups and everything. And that's after, like I said, the primer, the foundation, Bobbi Brown concealer. Then I had a pigmented powder and a setting powder. And I still had to put more on. And my face was a cake face, okay? I'm not even gonna lie. It was a cake face. But seriously, insane. So, if you're thinking about spending $112 on these two, whoops, you might want to reconsider because honestly, I can't even. Yes, girl, Amanda, I'm so excited for you, girl, and this is what you need to wear. What you need to wear for real. And also, guys, my brother is getting married in less than a month, and his fiance asked me to do the makeup for all the bridesmaids, and I'm one of the bridesmaids. And so I was honestly doing this video to compare the two for myself as well, because I really thought this Dior foundation, the Airflash foundation, had a much better coverage. Not than LimeLight, but I thought it had a much better coverage than it does. And I wanted to compare the two and see which one I liked better because I spent so much money on these two. Of course, if you spend that much money on makeup, it's probably really awesome, right? Okay, well, that just proves right there. And like I said, this is just foundation, no concealer on either side. Mind blown. Mind blown. So anyway, guys, if you want to be color matched, if you have any questions about anything, you can definitely message me, comment below, whatever you need to do. I am going to wash this all off my face because this, I'm scared, is going to like break me out like crazy because it's full of chemicals and grease attack and oils and look. It's like spray paint, guys. Did you not? I wish you could smell it because it's like in my lungs. In my lungs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go wash my face. I'm going to put skin polish on, our mask that like totally exfoliates your skin and gets rid of all the icky stuff down in there. I'm going to wash it off real quick and put that skin polish on and use my skincare and then I'll feel better. But holy moly. I can't believe I used that for my wedding. This side, LimeLight. This side, Dior Airflash. You choose. You choose. Guys, if you need to be color matched, or like I said, if you have any questions about anything, just comment below, or you can message me if you want to be color matched, or if you have any personal questions that you want to ask me. But thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that you guys are here with me, and look how this side looks like so much like skin. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.